live and interactive. And joining me here is Timmy. Hi, Tim.
Hey, how are you?
Not a bad auction.
It was a fantastic auction. We had a ball there.
Yeah.
As I said, 22 registered bidders. Have you had that many yet?
No, never. Actually, that really does say that the market's pretty hot.
It was pretty exciting. Crowd, 50 odd people, and half of them are registered, so it was pretty sensational.
That's insane. So just on the property beforehand, the large, magnificent property that you had a look at.
Grove Street, Unley Park, absolutely sensational, isn't it?
That's coming up this weekend. In fact, I met the owner of the property again just this morning as he's checking his last final touches to the brochure. But that is a seriously beautiful property.
Spectacular.
And I'd just like to send just a note that the owner of the property was one of the bike riders across the United States of America with me. So we were raising money, but he's a great guy and a fabulous property. So those of you that are out there looking for Adelaide's finest properties, you can't go past that particular property. Now, Tim, a couple of things. I noticed you've got today's paper.
Certainly do. Today's paper, and there's a bit of detail in there about the government's 30-year plan at the moment, specifically town meeting country, and some pretty interesting stuff in terms of Gawler. 140 odd thousand growth expected there over the next 30 odd years, which probably pretty exciting, but a bit intimidating for some of the Gawler residents, I think.
Reading through that article, I know that some of you are probably from Gawler. I guess the silver lining, if you're concerned about the impact on that beautiful village, if you like,
yes,
it's just a lovely town, but it will definitely push prices. So it will, obviously, with the sort of numbers they're talking there and the adjoining suburbs, or in fact towns that are going to be established over time. The good news is, with that kind of population push and the beauty of Gawler, there will be some very significant upside in terms of your capital gain, I would have thought. I
would have thought so. Also for businesses, with that sort of population growth over a period of time, there's going to be massive growth in business, so that'll be pretty exciting for the people who run their businesses out of Gawler. Now, as a Southern Adelaide Hills resident, I know that the Barossa Valley would be happy with the extra consumption on their doorstep, but on a serious note, what a great place to set up a new town, and what a very pretty part of the world. Now, Tim, we've got to move along, so yep,
we've got a couple of things here. And don't forget, for those that may not have looked at the screen, have a look on your website screen. You'll notice you can click Ask TOOP on the top right-hand side, and there's also a 1800 TOOP number to ring. We're taking calls live. It is live and interactive. This is TOOP TV. So please ring straight away. Well, we've got a couple of emails actually left over from our first week, this first one, and it's from Tom from Belair. So I'll just read it out and then see what we think of this. So, making an offer on a property and there are other people interested, what should I offer? Should I go in with my best price first up? That's the first part of the question.
Good question, isn't it? My opinion, I guess, Tom, would be if you know that you've got competition against your offer, I'd always go in with my best price. The other good piece of advice I could offer is find out from the agent what his process will be, because if they're looking to simply present the offers, sign off on one and say thanks very much, we've sold the property, best offer is best policy. If they're just simply looking to throw the offers in front of the owner and get some feedback, maybe your best offer might come after that.
And we've got Susan on the line, so let's just take that. Now, Susan, hello.
Oh, hi Anthony, how are you?
Yeah, good. It's Tim here as well with me on
hi, Tim.
TOOP TV.
Hoping you can help me today. Look, I've seen a home that I really like, but it's going for auction. And so with all this new legislation, I'm really unsure of the process.
Okay, so Susan, more specifically, are you almost ready to go to the auction day to make the purchase?
The auction's still a fortnight away. I've had a couple of visits there and I talked to the agent. They're just sort of taking names of people, but I really don't know what's expected of me on the day of auction, or what I need to check on and all of that sort of thing. Well,
there's a couple of strategic things that you might like to consider, and the first is that if you'd like to buy the property prior to auction, even irrespective of what the agents are saying, whether it will be or will not be going to auction, make contact with the agent, speak with them about the opportunity to buy before, and even to the point of making a written offer to them for that property.
Oh, right.
The only catch that you need to be a little bit aware of is that you sometimes would be seen as showing a hand in terms of your purchase price. So you'd have to make it very clear to the agent that this may well be the only time that you'll be interested in the property.
Oh, right.
And if it's not accepted, then they would move on. But in terms of preparing for the auction day itself, make sure that you've done a few fundamentals. The first thing is that your finance is in place, because buying at auction is completely unconditional. The second thing,
right,
the second thing is to ensure, in fact, that you've had the property inspected. Is it an old property, or?
It's about 10 years old. Should I still get a building inspection for something so more relatively new?
Oh, that's a, how long, that's a...
It's really up to you, Susan. If you're comfortable with the structure of the property, I would say move on with the bidding, but we would never give advice to people to say don't do a building inspection.
Yeah, if you haven't got someone in the family that's savvy in the building area, I would actually get a building inspection done. Then the next step on the day of the auction, if not before, in the current way that the rules work, you have to register. So there'll be a registration process, and take your identification. It was so many people.
Really important to remember that.
People arrive without their identification. We really need that to legally register you.
So driver's licence or something that identifies you comfortably through a government department, something like that.
Oh, right, yeah, that's easy. Yep.
The agent will take the details, then you will be registered. They'll give you either a paddle, or in our case, we have a book with a big number on it. It's big because Tim and I are half blind, but it's a great big number on it. So you just simply hold that number in the air as your bid. It's completely transparent. So you'll find that the agent or the auctioneer will explain exactly what's required. In fact, there's a prescribed preamble and listen to it, because there's a lot of information in it. And frankly, if you need a hand, let us know, or